Charles and Marciano. Charles in a half crouch, takes a left hook on his head, but he partially blocked it. Marciano feinting in the left hand, throws a left hook on the chin. Charles counters with a hard left hook to the chin. Charles scores with a solid right hand to the body. Marciano coming in, ever trying for a knockout to land one of those detonating punches of his. Throws the right hand to the body. It's partially blocked. Marciano moving in on his man. Both boys in superb condition. No question about it. Charles, a fierce, smashing left hand to the body of Rocky Marciano, and no return by the champion. Big hard with a left and a right to the body as they flurry, and a hard flurry with honors about even. And Marciano scored with a long right hand to the body. Marciano, a fierce left hook to the chin, a solid right to the jaw by Marciano. Marciano scores with a right to the body, digs the left hand to the body, and Charles himself scored with a right to the chin. Marciano, a right to the body, a left hook to the chin. Marciano is throwing them in punches, not caring whether they land or not, but he's throwing them in there. He's coming in on Charles. Charles puts out a jab, puts out another. It's short of the mark. Marciano straightens up, and then he straightens up Charles with a right uppercut to the chin, a right to the head. Charles takes the right hand to the body. Less than 2 minutes to go in the round. A solid right to the chin thrown by Marciano. And Charles has been in trouble a couple of times, but every time he seems on the way, he fights back gamely and bitterly and well. Marciano winds up with the right hand, and Charles just pulls his head back in time, but he then takes a left hook to the head. Marciano goes in close. Charles ties him up on the inside. Charles feints the left hand. Here's Marciano coming back to the attack now with half the round gone. Marciano scores with a left hand, a whooping right that hurts Charles. Charles is staggered by the right hand, staggered by a left, staggered by another right. He lays it down. Marciano winding up, rips the right hand to the chin. Charles is woozy. He takes the left hook to the chin, takes the left hand as the left hook to the jaw. Charles is sitting duck, but Marciano can't find him. Charles puts the right hand to the chin, misses the left over the head. Marciano puts that left to the chin, drives the right hand to the jaw. Charles in trouble, takes the right to his body, thrown by Marciano. Marciano pounds the right hand to the chin, a left hand to the jaw that staggers Charles again. Charles is game, he's fighting, but he's weary. He takes the right uppercut to the chin. Well, 45 seconds to go in the round. Marciano winds up with a right hand to the chin. Charles is staggered again. Marciano hooks the left hand to the jaw, but on the chin. Charles will not go down. He is staggered by a right uppercut, but he pushes Marciano away. Marciano rips that right to the jaw. He winds up with a right and a left hook to the chin. Charles fires a straight right hand to the chin that hurts Marciano. Marciano is hit with a left and a right to the chin. Marciano drives the right hand to the body, digs the left hand to the body of Ezzard Charles. Marciano misses the right hand over the head and comes in with a left hook to the jaw at the bell. 15th and final round, and few thought it would go this far, but there they are, battling away for the biggest title in Fistiana. They go to close quarters, no damage done so far. Marciano's left is wide of the mark, and he takes a left hook to the chin, a right to the head thrown by Charles as they maul their way into a clinch. It's hard to tell how they're going to judge this fight, so this round is all important. Marciano scores with the left, throws a straight right to the chin, a left hook to the jaw, another left and a right to the body by Marciano. Marciano misses the left hand, scores with a jab after taking a jab, takes the right to the head. Charles has been hurt time and time again, but he would not go down. There have been no knockdowns in the fight. Marciano coming in now. He's been bothered by that left hand. He's game. There's no question that both are as game as any fighters who ever fought for the heavyweight title. Now they're at long range again. Marciano takes a grazing right hand to the jaw. Marciano throws a left hook to the chin, and Charles holds on for a moment. Marciano moving back to the attack. Charles feigning the left hand, not throwing it for a moment. Charles takes a left and then a short pumping right to the body by Marciano. Less than 2 minutes to go in the fight now. We're in the 15th and final round, and Marciano's face is a bloody mess, no question about it. Charles is marked too. He throws a straight right hand to the jaw of Marciano. They go in close. Now they're at long range. Here's Marciano coming in with a grazing right and a grazing left hook to the chin, putting a short right to the body, a left to the chin, smashing right to the chin. Marciano coming back with a left and a right to the chin, a left hook that staggers Charles again, and Charles fighting on nerve, digs the left to the body, makes another left and a right to the chin, another right by Marciano goes over the head, he misses the left. Charles is wobbly, but he holds on. Marciano is tired too. Marciano comes in, throws a left and a right to the chin. There have been no knockdowns in the fight. Marciano throws a right high on Charles's head. 1 minute and 5 seconds to go. Charles puts both hands to the body. Marciano puts the right to the body. A left hook to the jaw as they come out of the clinch. Another left, a right high on the head. A short left to the mouth. Another left, right to the body thrown by Marciano. A left hook to the chin, a right to the jaw. Now fires a wicked right hand to the body, and they fall in close. Marciano puts a right to the body, a left to the body, a right to the chin, a left and a right to the jaw, another left and a right to the jaw. Charles is staggered, but he will not go down. He's staggered again by a left and a right on the chin, a wild left, another right to the chin.
He never did. Here is the decision.
Judge Harold Barnes
scores it 8-6, 1 even, favor of Marciano. Judge Ani Aidala scores it 8-5, 2 even, favor of Marciano. That was Ruby, wait a minute. That was Ruby Goldstein's vote, 8-5 and 2 even. His judge, Ani Aidala, scores it 9-5, 1 even, favor of Marciano. Winner by unanimous decision, and still the heavyweight champion of the world, Rocky Marciano.